Welcome back, cunts, to another episode of the End My Existence show. Today's palette includes stupid mobility, great CC, and true damage for some fucking reason. Yep, it's time for the long overdue Serqet Rant. Don't get me wrong, as a jungler, I can enjoy playing Serqet from time to time, but you can't deny she's an incredibly frustrating god to play against. She can basically just pick someone and say they're dead with very little counterplay. So her one is a dash. Okay. Plenty of assassins have dashes though. What else does it do? 140 plus 45% scaling in damage. Why am I ranting about this god? She seems shit. Oh, okay, yeah. It hits 3 times, so it's actually 420 base and 135% scaling. Remember this shit stain? I went off on his one for it dealing way too much damage, but this deals even more than that and it's basically a single burst of damage. And it still has the mobility if you need to use it like that. Alright, let's move on. Oh no, wait. No. Yep, apparently this wasn't dealing enough damage in the first place, and so it needed to be able to crit and proc Deathbringer and Malice as well. So that 600 damage it was dealing already is basically now 1200 boosted by crits. And then boosted even further by Malice or Deathbringer. Fucking end my miserable existence. Oh yeah, and it also reduces protections by 10% for up to 20 seconds, so it deals even more fucking damage, and she's also knock-up immune. What a bloated ability, honestly. Susanoo's one seems tame as fuck when you compare it to this. So surely nothing can be as broken as that, right?
Wrong.
So if you noticed I mentioned CC in the opening of this video, this is where most of it comes from. She can taunt someone towards her for up to 1.4 seconds, which is already ridiculous. The fact that they gave probably the most powerful CC in the game to a high mobility burst assassin is questionable. But not only that, if she manages to hit 2 separate people with each blade from this ability, they'll attack each other. The damage on them attacking each other is actually pretty low, but that's not what matters. It's that it groups up both players similar to like an Athena taunt and allows her to use her bullshit crit Deathbane on both targets and basically get a free double kill. The damage isn't even half bad on this either. Like, Athena sacrifices damage to have such a powerful CC, but this still does 300 plus 100% scaling if you hit both blades. The only saving grace for this ability is that it actually takes a lot of skill to use well. Like, you can just use both blades on the same person and one-shot them, which is like 0 skill whatsoever. But to get that sweet double madness into a Deathbane actually does take some skill, so I'll give her that. Other than that, fuck this ability. So Susanoo gets a lot of hate for having a teleport and a dash in this kit. Rightfully so, by the way. But Serqet also has 2 movement abilities on top of all her other bullshit. While Ambush would actually be a fairly weak ability on most gods, the fact that Serqet already has great mobility and CC just means that any other movement she can get her hands on is insanely OP for her. There's not much special about this ability specifically, it's just more mobility that she shouldn't fucking have but does for some reason. Oh, and it also does 320 base and 50% scaling and damage. Not insane compared to Deathbane, but it does add up. Oh, and on top of all this mobility, basically every Serqet that knows how to play this game buys Blink, giving her even more mobility. What game am I playing and how can I uninstall? So the non-Neanderthals among you are probably wondering why I mentioned true damage earlier. This is why. This ability is literally unmissable unless you're in Bronze and Ultra Minion, and it deals 640 true damage. Yep. Very, very few gods or items in this game have true damage, and that's because it's an inherently broken and annoying mechanic. Defenses are just completely fucking useless against Serqet because of this. Doesn't matter if you're a tank or a squishy, it doesn't matter if Serqet has 500 power or 0, this will always do over 600 damage to you. That's just fucking cancer. But not only that, it also brings incredible CC, stunning the target, and then also throwing them in the direction of Serqet's choosing, which is basically always into a tower or her entire team. This is just one of those abilities that you need to have both beads and Aegis to counter. Just one isn't enough to stop her from ripping your face. If you beads it, you still take 640 damage, and you literally can't Aegis it until after about 1.5 seconds, by which time you're probably dead anyway. Oh, and did I mention it has 100% anti-heal? Well, it does. You basically have to auto-ban Serqet if you want to play a healer like Ra or Hell, since the anti-heal lasts 5 fucking seconds, which is way more than enough time for her or her team to blow you up. God forbid you play these gods in casuals and can't do anything about Serqet whatsoever. Oh yeah, and she can spread the aids to other targets as well if she gets the kill with the poison. So she can essentially just turn your healer into a mobile time bomb, throw them into your team, and just grab some popcorn. I actually missed the days when this ult was buggy as hell and would miss but still take the cooldown, at least that balanced it out slightly. So you might have realised by now that I've made 0 mention of Serqet's passive throughout the entire video. That was intentional, because even if you entirely ignore her passive, she still seems OP as fuck. So essentially, Serqet's 1, 2 and ult all leave poisons lingering inside the god hit by them. If the target has 2 or 3 of these poisons lingering when Serqet hits them with a basic attack, they take an additional, you ready for it? 10 or 20% of their maximum health in damage on top of the basic attack damage. Yep, if you thought tanks were bad against Serqet before, try taking 20% of your health out of nowhere. Even against a squishy, this can deal almost 400 damage late game. Against tanks, that can be as much as 600. Granted, that's pre-mitigations and stuff, but still, that's insane for just a passive. People can literally make Serqet support work at a high level of play purely because of her insane CC, and the fact that she has true damage and % max health damage that isn't affected by power scaling. So even with 0 power, she can do over 1000 damage to you easily. That should show you that this god is not okay. At least other assassins have to actually buy damage items to do damage, this bitch just gets it for free. But anyway, that's enough ranting for one day. Let me know your thoughts on Serqet in the comments, I'll be interested to see if any of you hate her as much as I do. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, it really helps the channel out more than you know. And subscribe so you don't miss any future rants or other videos on the channel. I'll catch you guys later. Peace out, nerds.